When asked what reflective practice means, most people say it is about looking back at something. However, reflective practice is about a constant cycle, starting with reflection for action, moving into reflection in action, continuing with reflection on action. Reflective models provide structure and support for this continuous cycle of reflection. Reflection for action is arguably the most important stage of reflection, and yet in our work things are so very busy we may lose sight of the importance of this stage. It is important to slow down, take some time to reflect for action. This involves tuning into the situation by looking forward and asking yourself, what do I know? What don't I know? What might happen when I do this? What environment am I going into? Next, think about the opportunities you might have in this piece of work, as well as the obstacles you might face. And consider, am I being balanced in my approach? Am I prepared for any eventuality? What do I hope is possible? What am I worried about? Could I use supervision as an opportunity to talk through the situation? Then, making sure that you are clear about the reason for your work, think about, why am I doing this piece of work? What do I want to achieve here? And how will I know if I have succeeded? Very often people say they don't have time to reflect for action, but slowing things down at this point can ultimately speed you up in your work. When we are in the midst of the work, we need to ensure that we are reflecting in action. This is the thinking you do on the job, in the moment. The word in can stand for I and now, as this stage of reflection is limited to your own thinking and is all about the immediacy. It is essentially about your inner narrative whilst you are undertaking a task. The questions you think about might include, what can I do right now? What influence am I having in this situation? Why am I here, or what is the purpose? What is happening now and what control do I have? What choices do I have? What am I seeing and hearing? How do I feel right now, and why do I feel like this? Following a piece of work or an interaction, we will look back and reflect on action. This is the stage of reflection that people often think of when they are talking about reflective practice. The word on can stand for others and next, as at this stage we are able to consult with others and think about what they might share with us. This can help us to analyse the situation more fully. Others might have some information about the situation that we didn't have. Their feedback may help us to see the situation differently. Or consulting with others may help us to put ourselves in another person's shoes to broaden our perspective. Some of the questions you may think about here could be, what could have been happening for others in that situation? What have I been told by others about the situation, and how might I have been influenced by that? How do I think the other people may have felt? Have I checked in with them since? What is the other person's understanding of the situation now? How have I checked this with them? How clear is the other person about what happens next or of the outcome? How do I know this? And looking back, what do I want to talk to others about? Who and when will I do this? At this stage, we are also focusing on what we should do next, perhaps what we might do differently in the future. Some of the questions you may think about here could be, how clear am I about what I need to do next? What different options do I have in terms of what I do next? Who or what might support me in taking the next steps? What do others need to do next? Is everyone in agreement? And if not, what more could be done? What learning can I take from this experience which may help me to think about my future practice? We need to see reflection as a cycle moving between the three stages outlined here. Before practice, reflect for action by looking forwards, thinking about opportunities and obstacles and the reason for your work. Reflect in action by thinking about I and now. And reflect on action by considering others and next. These stages can help us to promote our professional curiosity and to be fully connected at all times within our practice.